What's going on, everyone? My name is Henry from Ahead of the Curve 94. Thank you so much for tuning in to a very special episode of. Forgive me, folks, this is actually not another episode of anything. On today's show, we're talking about gaming and how it fell off. In case this is your first time checking out one of my videos, please do all the YouTube and TikTok things, like, subscribe, comment, all that shit will help me out greatly. I've been doing this shit for almost 3 years and I don't even have 430 subs yet. So you know what? Clearly I'm doing something wrong here. So please do me a favor, join the community. I reply to all comments, even the bad ones. For those of you who are returning viewers, you're probably used to me being on the other side of the room. Yes, that set to the left, show a picture right now. That set is for the movie reviews. This side over here, gaming. Let's get nostalgic real quick. Remember back in the day when you would save up your allowance, or maybe you pull a little bit out of your paycheck, you put it aside for this big upcoming game that you could not wait for? Do you remember those days? People, let me tell you something. I certainly remember those days, okay? I couldn't tell you the last time I put money aside for an upcoming release. I gotta be real, people, in case you can't tell by what I'm surrounded by on set today. I'm a bit of a collector, okay? It's obvious. A better word actually would be a spender, because this shit right here is fucking expensive. Just a few short years ago, I would do this thing I like to call thrifting. I would scour through your local game shops, the used CD game stores, all that. I would go through those places and fucking clean house with like 20, 30 bucks. End up with like 4 or 5 games. Not kidding. Now, in the present day, instead of buying new games, I buy fucking movies. I cannot stop buying movies from eBay. It's an addiction, people. But you know what? These movies cost me, $6, at most 15, and that's a rarity. For the most part, I keep my shit at like $8 and below. However, while I'm recording this very video, I'm looking at all of my games, which is just behind the camera here. Let me be clear, people. I am lucky and proud to have the collection that I've just amassed over the years, right? It's a blessing, absolutely. But right now, in my mind, I'm kind of just looking at a bunch of expensive paperweights. There is clearly something within me that is kind of just fed up with the current landscape of gaming. I just don't give a fuck anymore. Matter of fact, the first time that I can recall where I fell out of love with gaming was about 2017. Okay, this was the year that my dad passed away. So there was a lot going on, of course. I kind of just, I started working more, had 2 jobs to sort of make up for what we lost. It was a whole shit show. So I kind of just distanced myself from gaming. Off the top of my head, I really couldn't name a game that I was super excited for outside of Assassin's Creed Origins, which I should have brought out for the review here. While we're on that topic, I did bring out a few games that sort of brought me back to life in the past few years. For example, I mentioned in 2017 how I was already falling out. In 2018, we got the PS4 Spider-Man game. Okay, this shit, next level. But that wasn't my first love of 2018. No, I got to Spider-Man a little late, people. This is the game that brought me back fully, okay? This is the catalyst, so to speak. 2018 also gave us God of War on PS4, and Do I really need to say anything else? Okay, I have to. The sequel, Ragnarok, which came out in 2022. It's been almost 2.5 years since Ragnarok released, okay? Now, I bought myself the collector's edition, which comes with the Thor hammer and the statues, the dice, all that shit. It's really cool. I didn't get it out for the video, but I'm looking at it right fucking now on top of everything, and I'm kind of mad I did it. As of right now, in this decade that we are currently halfway through, the 2020 era, this is the only game that's fully pulled me in, and this is the game that I love the most out of everything right now. Now, to be fair, I am obviously a huge fucking Halo head, okay? If you can't tell, got 2 copies of Halo Infinite, okay? One up here and then one over here. Like, Halo is my addiction. I love Halo. When I say Ragnarok made me want to be a better person in real life, trust me. There were so many moments in the year 2022 and 23 where I had so many ideas of videos related to this. Now, I believe I still have the clip, so it could turn into something down the line, but Ragnarok changed my goddamn life. I miss that feeling. I miss gaming. Looking back at the past few years, even the past decade, I've changed so goddamn much. I look back at like the year, let's say 2013 for example, okay? When Call of Duty Ghosts released, I bought that. Day one, beat it in like, I don't know, 2 days. Immediately, with that same paycheck that I used to buy Call of Duty Ghosts, I went and bought Batman Arkham Origins, okay? That's just one example. That was, I don't know, $120, $130 after taxes. That was worth it to me. Today, I'll be lucky if I spend $20, $30 on a game. And they're talking about raising the prices as it is. I'm already not buying a Nintendo Switch 2. Already not happening. I'm cool with the one we got. Down the line, Xbox, which is my preferred console, they'll probably get me into buying some expensive bullshit that's completely overcharged. Look at this current gaming generation. We're 5 years in. Where are the games? I mean, for real. Sure, we got, Last of Us 2, Halo Infinite. I don't know. There's so many more. Remember when the current gen was next gen and we were so excited? I remember when they dropped the trailer for Spider-Man Miles Morales. I was like, okay, we're clearly moving on to something bigger. And then Spider-Man 2 came out in 2023, and check out my review for that one if you want. Actually, don't, because that video is cringe as fuck. If I'm not mistaken, that video is from the era where YouTube was really striking down on the curse words, so I had to bleep them out. Oh my God, I need to redo a bunch of videos from that year. So anyway, I miss the days when I gave a shit about the gaming landscape. Not saying I don't at all anymore, but honestly, I'm just beaten down quite a bit. And this is also the same month when Doom, The Dark Ages releases. I want to play that game. I didn't like Doom Eternal at all, but I'm excited for this one a little bit. Here's the thing though, I don't need to save up money for it. I can play it for free. Of course, by free, I'm referring to Game Pass. Yes, it's coming to Game Pass day one. I don't have to spend an extra dime on this game. If I end up loving it, best believe in about 3 years time when it's cheap, 20 bucks or so, I'll add it to the collection. That's if I like it, of course. Honestly, Game Pass is one of the greatest things we've been giving in modern gaming, in the culture in general. But it's also a bit of a curse. And I don't want to be this guy, but sometimes too many choices is just simply that. Too many choices. There's so many times where I find myself just scrolling down the nearly infinite list of games. I love that we have this as an option, people. I wouldn't take it away if I could. Maybe instead of playing that brand new release game that cost me $70, maybe I just want to play a little indie game, takes up 1 gigabyte of space. That is the power of choice. I hope I'm not the only one who finds himself asking that question though. Like when you're scrolling through that list, it's like, how do you hone in on the one that you want to play? And then of course, if you don't have it downloaded, well, I guess we're waiting a little bit. What happened to the days when we could just put in the disc or load up the app and we're done? We ain't gotta install it and shit. Like this shit is getting more complicated and more expensive. And I can't keep up with both. When I bought a game back in the day, when I saved my allowance for weeks, even if it was terrible, best believe I played the shit out of that one. Okay? Let me pull out an example. For the record, in case you're not watching and you're only listening, I pulled out a classic original Xbox game known as Drake of the 99 Dragons. It's okay if you haven't heard of this. It's terrible. However, I bought this as a kid back in the day. Best believe, rock this shit, okay? Couldn't understand anything about it, but I probably beat the fuck out of it. Probably. Whereas you cut to current me today, if you were to take a look at my hard drive or my fucking Series X in the living room, you'd see a million games. But which one have I played this month? Hell, even possibly this year. The point I'm trying to make is back in the day when I didn't have a job and all that, I had to pick and choose meticulously, okay? I had to make sure I got something of value. Nowadays, every dime I have is valuable, okay? I can't just toss it aside now. I can't take as many risks as I used to. So if modern gaming isn't gonna meet me in the middle, cut down costs or whatever it be, or I don't bring me back just with intrigue at this point. If modern gaming can't do that, can't meet me in the middle, well, fuck it, people. I'm just gonna walk away. Now I know how this sounds. Of course, you could play this video years from now, and you could look back like, ha ha, Henry, you're a fucking hypocrite. If that's the case, please do not hesitate to call me out on it. But right now, people, I have no need to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Although I really want to play that Donkey Kong game. Not gonna lie, people, that one's gonna hurt. I don't give a fuck about Mario Kart. I just really don't, unless it's Double Dash, so it is what it is. But when it comes to the, impending PS6 or whatever the new Xbox is gonna be, they are really gonna have to pull me in with just grade A titles, okay? It's gonna have to be a game changer. Like the year 2018, as I mentioned earlier, we got Spider-Man, God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, a million other things, but those were the three that stood out for me that year. I miss when gaming was this vast, unexplored, open world that just welcomed me with open arms. It was a one-time purchase, but now you buy the game, but you can't really stand a chance online unless you buy the deluxe edition or the ultimate collector's edition. This is all for money. I get it, people. This is a goddamn business. Even back then, it was all about money. But now, they're just so greedy. They don't give a fuck now. Like, there was a veil over our face way back then. At least for me. Now, companies are like, yeah, we're here to fuck you. Bend over. No lube. With that being said, people, this is the year where I'm gonna release, which I expect to be my final updated collection video about the OG Xbox, okay? You can't tell, so let me move this Gears of War out the way. This is just not a piece of the background, This is a functional OG Xbox, okay? Just about a week or two ago, I did something that took me years to do. I completed my Xbox collection. Now, when I say that, I don't mean I bought every OG game. No, people, I bought every OG Xbox game that I wanted, okay? Maybe there's a straggler here and there that maybe I'll see like a garage sale. Like, oh, I'll pick that up for $5. But as of right now, I have no need to buy any more OG Xbox games. That video will come soon. Possibly for my birthday. Who knows? I'm not really sure on that one. But Best believe 2025, the updated collection video is coming. Also, check out the old video to see where I was about a year and a half ago. So many changes since then. All in all, people, I am a gamer, but I need value to pull me back into the game sphere. Yes, I said it, Josh. Now go away. He's got to do the thing. Do the thing.
It's spherical! Spherical!
Just go away, please. Alright, people, to close out this video, gaming has taken quite a few hits in the last few years, but it is still breathing. It is still alive. If I'm not mistaken, gaming is probably its most popular that it's ever been. Most mainstream, for sure. Yet, these billion-dollar companies can't release a competent game? That is all, people. My name's Henry from Ahead of the Curve 94. Cue the outro. Hey, it's me again, the guy from the thing you just watched. Feel free to check out one of the two videos on your screen currently speaking. You can't go wrong with either or. Thank you so much. This time it's for real. Deuces.